Hello and welcome to Diaries. We are so close to being done with the Get the Ick Out series that I can taste it. And now Raven has joined us in her vehicle in the dark, which we've transitioned. Somebody was cleaning her space. So we are going to get on with the next topic and get bringing in the good. So let's just do this thing, baby. Okay. So this is kind of, it goes along with your like what you talked about before. Is good energy louder or quieter than disruptive energy? And how does that affect your perception of it? So you talked about us being quiet or slow. It was actually more like physically, like still. So now I'm talking about whether good energy is loud or quiet. Okay. So there are two ways of viewing this, and I struggled with them. So I'm going to eat a piece of chocolate while we talk about it. Okay. I'm going to tell you both perspectives, and then we're going to circle back around and we're going to talk about which one resonates the most. So quiet, first of all, quiet and loud may not be quite right, descriptions. Let's try disruptive or urgent or dysregulated energy. And maybe even unrooted energy, even versus calm, regulated, rooted, life-affirming energy. Okay? Because I'm loud. I'm a loud motherfucker. So just if you guys didn't know it, which I can imagine that you wouldn't. Okay. So disruptive energy may feel loud because a lot of times negative energy forms, they don't whisper, they're controlling. They just break on in. They just bust on in. They intrude. Right? So the examples about this is an anxiety attack or a meltdown. That's a negative energy, right? Arguments are negative energies, or crisis, or even negative entities that you don't want in your space. So here is the contrary concept of this, is that both good and bad have the potential for loud or quiet. Okay? So this is where I go with it. Negativity cannot, it doesn't, if you think that all negativity is quiet, is loud and aggressive and intrusive and disruptive and chaotic, that's not the case at all. There's negative things that are soft and they seem innocent or inconsequential, but they weave themselves together to form a heavy cord, fine little threads that little by little, and as time goes on, they get themselves together and they chain us down. So I just want to I was thinking negative shit can be soft and I said, seem innocent and seem there's actually, I got this from a concept of my childhood, which is weird. Okay. I pick and choose with this church. So the Mormon church has this idea, it's from their scripture, which again, any scripture is as good as any else. I believe in that about as much as I believe in anything, which is very little. So, but they have this concept of Satan leading you away by flaxen cords, which isn't loud. He's not coming in clanking a bell. He's wrapping these fine threads of flax around you. So, so then the idea is also I don't know why I put happiness as a habit I'm developing, but maybe this is the idea, what we should be saying instead, that's Like instead of like focusing on like loud or quiet or good or bad, like we should say like good energy is a vibe I'm inviting. Like we talked about invitation. Happiness is a habit I'm developing. So good energy, just like negative energy, maybe in the small things, right? So in the same way, there could be loud, joyous laughter, though. There could be like positive anger as well as aggression that's highly negative. Like I don't think that like it's as easy as saying like good energy is quiet and like bad, like negative energy is like loud or disruptive or chaotic. I think there could be like really like interesting, like good bits of chaos, or there could be good joy and like loudness, and there could be like bad quiet, and there could
Mhm.
be, like I don't think it breaks down like that. So what do you think about that, like the two ways of looking at it?
Yeah, I definitely see how there can be two perspectives for sure. I think that I agree. Like, laughter is not quiet, and laughter is like the utmost good almost, like
Yeah.
wholehearted, like enjoyment laughter is something beautiful and good. But it's very loud. And so I think that it depends on how you're looking at it because yeah, definitely there are bad quiet things for sure. Especially if you're looking at like domestic manipulation, like that's a bad
Mm.
thing. And manipulation can be very quiet. It's in the whispers between the words almost. It's like that's very quiet. It can't be.
Yep.
But
Yes, definitely.
yeah.
So
So I agree. I agree. I think that in my mind, I still equate good with like the stillness and bad with chaos, but I do not think that that is like a universal thing. I think that is heavily generalized, and I don't really know why I equate it that way in my mind. But I fully agree. I think that there can be loud negatives and loud quiets and quiet negatives and quiet good. And yeah, I agree. I think it just depends on how you look at it, maybe.
and I think maybe it's a little culture bound too,
Mm,
because there's this book about, just came to my mind. It's this ethnography, ethnology or ethnography about like capitalism and resistance, and it's about Malaysian factory workers.
mm,
And like they're like it was like about like the move from like being like non-capitalist and moving into the cities, and
mm,
they send their daughters to work in these factories where they basically go blind after 2 years.
mm,
And but they will, like the women will all, one woman will like start freaking out, and she'll throw like this big like tantrum and say like that there's a spirit, like an entity in the factory,
mm,
and like the whole factory has to be shut down and cleansed, like, and the whole thing, and it's like an act of resistance,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the loudness and the like saying like this isn't okay, like I'm having like a breakdown, like there's an entity in
Yeah.
here, like is an act of
Yeah.
resistance. So I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of cultural places too here where like sometimes loud things are like culturally good, and like there's like a lot of differences like
Yeah.
maybe. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a universal, like it's probably
Yeah,
whatever.
I agree. I also think I totally agree. And like piggybacking off of that, I think that it can also depend on like the situation. Like resistance is really loud a lot of times, and resistance is like morally good. Like if you look at our society right now, the side of the resistance, I think, is, in my opinion, the more, I don't know, like the side that is more aligned with goodness. And I think that the resistance sometimes to get changed into a more positive or where place or where it should be, you have to be fucking loud. And so, I agree.
Yep. Well, there you go. Anyway, so there, that is that. A discussion about very interesting topic.
Yes.
So I hope you enjoyed it, and like and subscribe, and we will see you at the next Stitch Witch Diaries.